Have you ever felt overwhelmed by things you can't control, or found yourself stressed out by other people's actions and wondering how to keep calm? Imagine if there was a way to find peace and happiness without relying on outside events or others' opinions. Today, we're diving into the wisdom of Epictetus, who was born into slavery in ancient Greece, yet he rose to become one of the greatest philosophers of his time. Despite his challenging start in life, he believed that true freedom comes from within, not from our external circumstances. He taught that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we do have full control over our own thoughts and responses. Epictetus's philosophy centers on focusing on what's within our power, our mindset, actions, and character, and letting go of everything else. His teachings are still valued today because they offer a practical path to inner peace and resilience, no matter what life throws our way. Let's explore 10 of his most powerful insights and discover how they can transform the way we think, act, and feel every day. Only the educated are free. By educated, he didn't mean just academic learning. He was talking about understanding ourselves and our minds. Epictetus believed that true freedom comes from knowing who we are and what we stand for. When we understand our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we're no longer controlled by other people or circumstances. This kind of education frees us from reacting blindly, allowing us to live intentionally and calmly. In short, knowing ourselves gives us the power to handle life's challenges without losing our peace. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. This quote reminds us that events themselves aren't the source of our stress. It's how we choose to see and react to them. For example, imagine being stuck in traffic. The traffic itself isn't stressful, but the way we think about it, getting frustrated, worrying about being late, creates the stress. Epictetus teaches us that by changing our perspective, we can remain calm even in difficult situations. Instead of reacting emotionally, we can choose to see things as they are and respond with clarity and control. First, learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. This quote emphasizes the importance of thinking before speaking. Often, we speak without fully understanding our words, but Epictetus encourages us to make sure we truly know what we mean. When we take the time to reflect on our words, they become more meaningful and impactful. Speaking with purpose not only builds our credibility, but also ensures that we communicate clearly without misunderstandings. So, next time you speak, pause and ask yourself, do I truly understand what I'm about to say? Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In today's world, it's easy to believe that wealth equals owning more things, but Epictetus teaches us that true wealth comes from being content with what we already have. The more we desire, the more we chase, and the less satisfied we feel. By focusing on having fewer wants, we can appreciate what we already possess, whether it's time, relationships, or simple comforts. In this way, we find peace, not by accumulating more, but by being grateful for what we already have. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This quote teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of the things we can't. In life, there will always be situations beyond our control, like the weather or other people's actions, but we have the power to decide how we respond. By focusing our energy on what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Everything else, we accept it as it comes, without getting bogged down by things outside our control. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. This powerful quote encourages us to live by our values, rather than just talking about them. It's easy to tell others what we believe or what we think is right, but the true test comes when we put those beliefs into action. Instead of explaining why we value kindness, we show it in our everyday interactions. Instead of discussing the importance of patience, we practice it in challenging situations. Epictetus reminds us that our actions speak louder than words, and living authentically is the best way to share our philosophy with the world. No man is free who is not master of himself. This quote highlights the power of self-control. Freedom isn't about doing whatever we want. It's about having control over our own mind and emotions. If we let our impulses, desires, or reactions control us, we're not truly free. True freedom comes when we can manage our thoughts and actions, no matter what happens around us. When we master ourselves, we become the creators of our own peace, rather than letting external circumstances dictate how we feel. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This quote challenges us to embrace learning and growth, even if it means looking foolish at first. Growth often requires stepping out of our comfort zones and trying new things, and when we do, others might judge us. But Epictetus reminds us that true improvement comes from being willing to fail and learn. Instead of worrying about how we look, we should focus on becoming better versions of ourselves, even if that means making mistakes along the way. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. This quote teaches us the power of humor and humility. When we're able to laugh at our own mistakes and imperfections, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Life is full of ups and downs, and sometimes the best way to cope is to find humor in our struggles. By not being afraid to laugh at ourselves, we stay lighthearted and resilient no matter what happens. It helps us keep perspective and reminds us that mistakes are part of the journey, not the end of it. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. This quote reminds us that when we put too much importance on things we can't control, like other people's actions or outcomes, we lose our peace of mind. The more we chase things that are out of our hands, the more we feel helpless and stressed. Epictetus teaches us that true control comes from focusing on what we can influence, our thoughts, attitudes, and reactions. By letting go of the need to control everything, we regain our inner strength and peace. Now that we've explored these powerful quotes from Epictetus, how can we apply them to our daily lives? First, we can start by shifting our mindset. Whenever you feel stressed, remember that it's not the situation, but how you're interpreting it that causes the distress. Next, practice focusing on what you can control, your reactions, your attitude, and your actions, and let go of worrying about things outside your control. Also, instead of just talking about your values, make sure you live them every day through your actions. And when things don't go as planned, don't be afraid to laugh at yourself and learn from the experience. By embracing these Stoic principles, we can find peace, gain freedom from stress, and live more intentionally. As we wrap up, remember that the wisdom of Epictetus isn't just meant to be admired, it's meant to be lived. By applying these Stoic principles, you can start transforming your mindset and reclaiming your peace. Life will always have challenges, but with the right perspective, you can handle anything with calm and clarity. So take these lessons with you today and start putting them into practice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from these timeless teachings. Let's keep growing together on this journey of self-improvement. Thanks for watching.